On Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this ad falls somewhere in the bottom three rings. The appeal to sex is easily the most obvious, but the punchline of the ad is a hint at the fine line between family and sexual intimacy and the cultural taboos that make this union undesirable, to say the least. There is also a breach of the second ring, safety and security, that delivers the ad's punchline as both the boy and girl's comfort and their sexualities are violated by the realization that the object of their lust is their own sibling. Chat room conversations generally stir up notions of sex and sexuality, especially when we see two teenagers. This appeals to youth, the target audience being the teenage demographic. The beginning of the ad is intended to be arousing and sensually exciting. The presence of the girl's skull and crossbones t-shirt is initially meant to signal deviation and sexual arousal, only to later mean disgust when we see it later on the boy's assumed sister. This is also replicated when the boy takes off his pants, initially provokes excitement, but again, later disgust. Textual cues. The chat room message is of a sexual nature and has notions of youth and sexuality. The ending text refers to a website about internet safety, and the subsequent realization makes the audience feel scandalized and serves to breach the audience's security in a way that would motivate them to regulate their internet activities more cautiously. Sound cues. The majority of this commercial is nonverbal, with only some indiscernible dialogue and a call for dinner. There is also sexual music playing in the background for the first half of it. The most notable use of sound is actually the absence of it at the end of the commercial, when both siblings realize what happened and the punchline is delivered. The pervading silence is a fallout for the viewer that encourages them to do exactly as the commercial says. Emotion and motivation. The appeal to emotion here lies in the cultural taboo of incest. Mainstream media hardly ever hints at the existence of incestuous relationships because the result is a disgusted and alienated audience, something that this commercial actually wants to achieve in a humorous way. The resulting disgust is a motivation for the audience to follow the advertisement's advice, lest they end up in a similar situation.
And we're back, and it's 3rd and 12.
And there is Miss Catherine Webb. Wow, would you look at that burger? It is heating up in here. Am I dreaming, or is that blue cheese and hot sauce? Whoa. Holy moly.
Holy moly, I'm definitely sweating.
I think that is 100% Black Angus beef.
Well, I'm 100% excited.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Hello.
It's the ultimate game day fantasy. The Buffalo Blue Cheese Burger. Only at Carl's Jr.
Like in the first ad we analyzed, there is a very obvious appeal to the bottom ring of Maslow's hierarchy, specifically sex and food. On a higher ring, we might associate this ad with the security of sexuality for straight men, as it is hugely gratifying for male fantasies. Visual cues. The visual aspect of this ad is easily the most notable thing about it. Despite being 47 seconds, it encompasses a whole sexual fantasy intended to appeal to men. Her sweating and sucking and biting on her fingers are all obvious sexual innuendo. This ad follows a common notion that sex sells and advertisers do best by appealing to the sexual ring of Maslow's hierarchy. Textual cues. The words "red hot" appear next to the burger, though it could easily be referring to the woman as well. Their tagline is also present in the last frame of the ad, "Eat like you mean it," insinuating that eating elsewhere would be disingenuous or petty in comparison. Sound cues. The commentary applies to the game on a superficial level, but the double entendre is obviously referring to the woman in the ad. The language is coded so that it can be referring either to the product or the woman, such as the ultimate game day fantasy. This commentary is meant to compel the viewer to associate the sexual fantasy and the accompanying satisfaction with the product. Emotion and motivation. The emotion tied to this commercial is first and foremost arousal. The motivation lies in the unforgettable nature of the ad. The more memorable it is, the more likely a potential customer is to recall and act upon it. Our product and its ad appeal on the most basic level to the lowermost section of Maslow's hierarchy, as makeup is marketed as a means to heighten sex appeal. On a deeper level, our product is also a means of gaining confidence and security, which is where our motivational aspect lies. Our usage of average-looking women helps to make our audience believe in our product and the effectiveness of it. Our ad insinuates that if you use our product, you too can achieve these results and the confidence that comes with it. This is a kind of operant conditioning in which the viewer realizes the potential they could achieve with this product and makes a voluntary decision to purchase it. This kind of conditioning utilizes positive reinforcement, the positive aspect of being more externally beautiful being the motivating factor. Bandura's social cognitive theory is present in our ad as it demonstrates the effectiveness of our ad by others and presents a desired behavior, buying our product, as a means to obtain the desired outcome. Thus, we can help shape our potential customers' behavior by giving them positive reinforcement and showing an example of how their behavior could usher in the same results. Visual cues. The visual cues for this ad consist of firstly the before and after pictures that grab the audience's attention. Such drastic difference in the pictures are used to draw in the audience that a single product can make such a difference. The ad is neat and organized, getting to the point of the product and making it clear. The text of the ad follows a chronological order meant to be read from top to bottom, left to right, so interested consumers can see all of the benefits and advantages of the product, as well as the product itself and packaging.